really wants the music because the next bit is me answering some of your questions. So I'm only going to do this for 5 minutes because I've got a very early start tomorrow. I can't be late for something very important. I've promised a few people. And I'd like to say thank you again to my wonderful guest, Theoretical Girl, who I'm sure you all loved. So yes.
You're on the Steve Wright Show on Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, I'm on the Steve Wright Show in the afternoon on Radio 2 on Wednesday, I believe.
And Chris Evans played your song.
And Chris Evans, when's he doing it?
I'm not sure actually. I think it was today. I think we missed it.
Oh dear.
I think it was Jukebox Jury.
Oh dear. Okay.
Oh well. Hope you won.
So, any questions, Poppets? Oh, Paris was lovely. It was really cold though. Oh dear. Has Kate Bush influenced me? Yes, very much. I love Ofra Haza. I'm sad she's dead now. Could I play the song for Diana? No, I can't play that song. I want you all to hear Diana's version because actually Diana sings it much better than I do. Video shoot was great. I'm seeing the first edit of the video tomorrow. Oh, I'm sure Talon's really cold. Pulled an all-nighter to finish my 10,000 word essay. That's a dissertation. My dissertation was 10,000 words. You lunatic. Oh, yes, I will play Nick India. I keep promising. Next week I will definitely play Nick India. That's across my heart. Hope to die. Do I still check my MySpace? Very rarely. Sorry. I will check it soon. But do you know, I haven't checked it for so long because it's checked by Dan, who does all my web stuff for me. He keeps everything updated. Lovely Dan Sharp, everybody. But I'm really rubbish at reading my messages of late because I'm slightly Twitter addicted. But and what's happened is I've got a bit scared of how many messages there are there. But I will have a look. Am I still doing the piano concerto? Yes, I am still learning it. There you go. It's the Maurice Ravel.
Someone wants to know if you're going to Brazil.
Piano concerto in G major. And at the moment, I am tackling the first movement. No, I'm not tackling. What I'm talking bollocks. Sorry, that's rude. At the moment, I've learnt half of the second movement, which is very beautiful. La 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 la. It's really lovely. Really, really hard though. Oh, you're choosing Sophia for your first dance at your wedding. How lovely. What did we dance at our first dance at our wedding? Can you remember?
John Allen played at our wedding.
Yeah, John Allen.
Playing with you in Bath.
John Allen, who's going to play at my show in Bath on April the 21st, I think. John is going to play. John played at our wedding.
Someone's asked quite a few times if you're going to Brazil.
I think I have to go to Brazil.
You're doing a duet with Sandy next week.
I'm doing a duet with the lovely, lovely Sandy Leah. Is it Leah? My Portuguese is so rubbish. Who some of you may know was in Sandy and Junior, I think you say. I'm not completely sure. My pronunciation is a bit rubbish. And I was really bowled over by how lovely she is. We met a few months ago, and she's coming back. And she's got a similar thing to me and my husband. She works with her husband as well. It's really lovely. And she's just a dolly. She's wonderful. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Someone wants to know who your favourite pianist is.
Good luck, J616 for your exam. My favourite pianist? My favourite classical pianist is Glenn Gould, who I think is the definitive Bach guy. And my favourite jazz pianist, who might just edge Glenn for the whole overall pianist thing, is Bill Evans. I think
Hold on, you've got Jason.
But I was about to say, dead is Bill Evans and Glenn Gould, and living, the finest living pianist I know. And I actually am really lucky, he sort of mentored me. When I first got in the music business, I was about 19, 20. Not in 1920, when I was 19 or 20. I'm not that old. A wonderful guy called Jason Rebello. And some of you who have my first album, the song Sunday Soon, I wrote that with Jason.
This is a good one. One for Andy and Nerina. Does it drive you mad living and working with each other?
I think it drives Andy mad.
Does not. Does not.
Do I want a live Midge? Sing it along with your heart's content in Edinburgh. Can you stage crash and sing with me on stage? Well, yeah, it's the Lowry though. It's a bit posh and uptight, isn't it? I will come back to Brussels. I haven't been to Brussels for a long time. If you can get me enough of your mates to come, I could play a little gig at the Little Round Bit in the Rotund. I've played a show there before. Will I tell any jokes at the Comedian in Bath? I certainly will. Oh, that's a really good question, Amelia. I don't know how to describe how I feel. I have faith, and I believe in. I do think that there's an energy of the universe that I don't really want to get into this because it sounds so hippie and so stupid, and then you sound like one of those people on the Jeremy Kyle show. And actually, I have actually studied a lot of stuff, so I'm not coming at this from a sort of, I don't know. I've been a long way round with religion. I've tried a few on for size, quite a lot for size. The more and more I think about it, the more I think that science and spirituality are actually very close. And he was a complete nutcase, and in today's age, he'd have probably been very happy just being himself and maybe not having to get married to a woman. But Gerard Manley Hopkins was a very devout Jesuit priest and poet. He wrote Pie Beauty, but he also wrote homoerotic poetry to Jesus. But it's actually very beautiful. In fact, we might have some here. I could give you a little bit. No, I'm getting looks of strangers. But he was very repressed in that Victorian sense. So I think I think in the modern world he might have been Will Young, but he couldn't do it in that way. But he wrote these beautiful poems, and he had this idea of something called inscape and instress, and it was about the perfect design of the universe. And I don't think that science and spirituality are at all at odds with one another, but I think religion has made it seem that way, and I think religion is a problem, actually. That's all I'm going to say. I hope that doesn't put anybody off. That's it. That's the deepest I'll ever go.
Genius Loser has asked the same question a few times. Do you ever look at your fans' Facebook profiles?
Yes, sometimes I do. No, Facebook I don't. Do you know what? I'm really not good with Facebook. I'm a Twitter person, and I hardly ever go on Facebook for I go on it every now and then to answer questions, but occasionally I do. But not because of the privacy settings. I don't think you can necessarily see things. Like, every time I've ever tried to do that, it's like this person doesn't want you to know about them. Bugger off. Twitter rules. I like Twitter, it's good, isn't it? And I apologise because what it has meant is it's depleted my blogging, but I actually prefer it because I always feel a bit self-conscious blogging. It just feels like I'm doing blah, and there's no interaction, which I think is very boring, whereas Twitter is a conversation, and I would much rather have a conversation than give you lot a monologue, because that would just be my ego going on, and I wouldn't learn anything. And the great thing about Twitter is you can share information really quickly, you can be corrected really quickly, and there's a banter, and I prefer that. It's more, I think it's more what's the word? Friends, when it's all about communities and people. Oh, someone's just texted me. My sister said, "Oh my God, you got a new MacBook finally." Yeah, I did finally. Yes, you're right, Helene, I did. Can I play Grace? I will definitely play Grace soon, yes.
Say hi to Alice Jemima.
Hey Alice! Hello.
She needs to come
Alice
and see
Jemima.
us.
If any of you came to see me play in Tavistock, you would have heard Alice. She's incredible. She's 15 or 16 and she's an amazing songwriter. And hopefully very soon she's going to come to the studio in London and work with myself and my husband. Will I play Alien next week? Maybe.
Darren Lee Holmes has asked that question a few tims.
Have you ever been to Turkey? I've worked in Turkey.
Will you do a
extensively.
live album or DVD? Yes, we may well do a live DVD for the Union Chapel.
Tell Funder 83 that I worked with Ibrahim Tatlasis. He'll be very impressed.
My husband Andrew worked with Ibrahim
Tatlasis.
Ibrahim Tatlasis. That sounds like a joke name.
It's a big man.
But,